Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath.
It's good.
Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm very excited for my guest today. It's a very special episode. This is our 25th episode, actually. It's crazy that it's already been 25 weeks into the year. And I'm sitting here with Savannah Smith, my girlfriend, who I want to talk about her 5th year anniversary of her store, Seven Sons Vintage.
Woohoo.
I thought the stars kind of aligned for the whole 25-5 thing.
Oh, yeah, because 25 is the square root of 5. Or 5 is the 20. Yeah, you know.
5 is
Anyway.
the 20 root of 6.
Woo! 5 times 5 is 25. So I believe that makes 5 the square root of 25.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm going to Google it after and we'll cut it out if it's not right.
I'm not good at math.
Clearly I'm not either.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm very excited to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here.
Singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, Savannah Smith. She's also in a band called Turn, Turn, Turn.
Yep.
Pretty exciting.
Super exciting.
Tell me more about you. I mean, I obviously know quite a bit about you at this point. We've been dating for like 3 years, but my people out there, they might not know.
I don't know. We're a lot alike in that we do everything. We do so much. So like you said, I'm a singer-songwriter. I play in a band called Turn, Turn, Turn.
Turn, turn, turn it up.
Turn, turn, turn it up. I am an Eau Claire native. I was in Minneapolis for 10 years, moved back, opened up a vintage store called Seven Sons Vintage downtown on Barstow Street.
The dopest.
It is pretty dope. I'm a little biased.
We'll just start it off. How did you get kind of into vintage to begin with?
It's such a weird thing to explain because I've always been into vintage. Like not even just like I've always loved it, but I have always loved antiques and vintage. And even when I was a little kid, my mom would take me garage sailing, and like I just found a box of jewelry. It was
Shout out Bonnie,
the OG. I found a box of jewelry from when I was a kid garage sailing, and there was like beautiful glass art deco, like 1920s jewelry that I was just picking out as like a 6-year-old.
That's amazing. When did you kind of realize like, oh, vintage, like I do really love the aesthetics of like these time periods, you know what I mean?
I mean, always like through high school,
Old soul.
Yeah, I always appreciated older fashion, older clothes. I like to play with my clothes a lot. When I was in high school, I'd shop at Savers and find like just amazing 70s pieces. And, you know, I had so much pressure on me from my colleagues to shop at Hollister and American Eagle. And I just remember walking into those stores and being like, I can't pay $24 for a shirt.
I know.
So when I really pushed against that, I kind of, I just embraced it really hard and just did whatever I wanted. And a lot of it was vintage. I wanted to be wearing vintage. I love the older styles. I love the older fashions. Things were just made better.
Yeah, I'm totally with that. I'm trying to think of even when I was the first kind of exposed to it. And I think it was just walking into a cool store and being like, wait a second, this is kind of sick. Finding like a dope flannel from back in the day. I mean, it took me a while to even quite understand the genres of fashion, you know, because I wasn't exposed to it as a child. I was kind of more exposed to like mass media merchandise, if you will, the malls and stuff. And my parents aren't like big thrifters really. So it took me some time to be like, no, I want this like certain aesthetic and cooler vibe, and get into the secondhand stores or the other stores just to find something. I like vintage because it's unique. Like you find a piece that like not everybody's going to be wearing.
Oh, sometimes nobody. Like a lot of the homemade pieces, it's like nobody has this. This is a one of one. And I think, you know, my mom growing up made a lot of our clothes. So she would find older fabrics and make these cute little sets. And, you know, her and herself, some of the pictures I saw from her in college, she would like wear cardigans backwards and just kind of dressed edgier. She just did whatever she wanted. And she was very encouraging of me in that way too, where, you know, when I was a toddler, I would wear a tutu and snow boots and a sweater, and that was like my favorite outfit.
I love that.
If I could get away with it today, I would.
That's so fun. Yeah, I've just, like, I guess spending my 20s in New York, and then in New York, the whole thing is like, if you buy something at like an H&M or wherever, and then you wear it out, and then you end up running into like 5 dudes that have the same outfit on.
Shit.
And so like vintage is really appealing to me because it's like you find really unique pieces that just aren't floating around. So at least you always kind of have your cool aesthetic that's just kind of you and not.
Totally.
You know?
Yep. I love it. I will say too, like, this is kind of tying in what you said. Bigger cities, it's easier to kind of do your own thing. I've noticed in Eau Claire, like, especially when I first moved back, people would just look at you. And I don't know if it was good or bad, but anytime you wore anything that was kind of out of the ordinary, like, heads would turn. Yeah. Whereas in Minneapolis, like, nobody cared.
Yeah, I think it's just population and kind of exposure to like fashion and style. Because I remember when I first moved to New York, just seeing the way people dressed out, like just watching people there, like the street style was so impressive. I was like, damn. And then it's like you kind of want to like express yourself in that kind of way. Because I know for years I was way too dressed for Eau Claire for sure.
But clothes are fun.
Yeah,
that's what I love about the shop too. It's we get a lot of people in that are kind of. I want to say this without like sounding a certain way.
It's all right. We can always cut anything.
We get a lot of people in that are kind of seemingly afraid to kind of step outside the box. And it's fun. It's really fun to kind of encourage them and see what they're drawn to, and just, you know, realizing like, I don't know, fashion is so cyclical. A lot of times the same things you're seeing, the same styles and colors you're seeing in Target are just derived from vintage styles.
Totally.
Forever 21. I get duped by Forever 21 all the time in thrift stores where I'll like go running to a piece and I'm so excited and I think it's just this amazing, you know, time capsule piece, and I'll pull it out and it's fucking Forever 21.
Yeah, fast fashion got so good at copying the good elements.
They really did.
The past, for sure.
Totally. I'm kind of working on letting go of being too attached. Like, you know, if I find something in this thrift store I'm drawn to, I don't have to be opposed to it because it's a certain brand. Like,
totally.
Just going with my gut, following what I love.
Yeah. And I know, I mean, having a brick and mortar too, it's hard because you have to always kind of keep up with like what the people want too, which might not necessarily align with like quite what you want all the time, you know, unless you're like super boutique, but you have a massive storefront.
Yeah. And, you know, expanding on that, it's like I have to keep on top of trends to a certain degree, but vintage people will always be vintage people. Like, there's definitely a demographic that's like into mid-century, like the pin-up-y, cutesy, you know, they go to classic car shows. They're always going to love those great 50s dresses. And just like you're always going to have the people that love the 70s, you know, the penny lane coats and the flared bottoms, and just, you know, people kind of are drawn to the eras that they're drawn to.
Totally. Sorry, I was turning your reverb off. I could like hear you echoing way down in there.
A little sparkly, little princess reverb.
I was like, you're not alone in this room.
I feel so alone. You're like, here, talk about, just sit in this room and talk about vintage.
I love vintage.
I do too.
I like fashion throughout kind of time, so it's fun to talk about. I mean, I'm not that super educated in it. I feel like we're kind of on a little bit of a different spectrum as far as like the fashion education that we have. Like, you're really good at like that older 70s, 60s Gunny Sacks type stuff. And I'm like, not.
That's fair. I've always, 70s, well, I would say it's interesting, and I don't know if this happens for everybody, but the decades I was drawn to evolved over time. So in high school, I was wearing like 50s house dresses and like just these really cutesy, like very form-fitting 50s dresses, cotton dresses. I just loved them. And then I would say my early 20s, I loved 60s, like just mini dresses, mod. I loved them. And then, you know, late 20s, early 30s, where I am now, I just can't get enough of the 70s.
Yeah, I love the 70s.
I do too. I just love I love maxi dresses and I love flowy dresses and just like the kind of easy feeling of the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all came out of the 60s. The 60s was kind of the best time creatively, I think. And then they still got a lot of it in the 70s, but then by the 80s, they were all on cocaine and the creativity wasn't as good.
No, the 80s
they got rid of the psychedelics.
They're like, yeah. I would wager to bet that the 80s are the most rejected decade as far as like clothing goes. I mean, pop culture was amazing. Like some of the movies and music that came out of the 80s. I mean,
even like hair,
amazing in their own way.
Even the hair and makeup, though, it like
I know
none of it.
Like what were
none
you
of
guys
it has
doing?
kind of come back yet.
It's just so big. Like everything is just huge. The shoulder pads were huge. The eyeliner was heavy. The hair was huge.
The culture was no longer on psychedelics. They were on cocaine. I'm serious too.
No, I believe
I know
you.
I'm kind of being funny, but at the same time, I really think that like even if you look at car designs, classic cars is a good one because in the 60s they were so beautiful and so amazing, and they were all having a lot of fun in the design studio. And then by the 70s they start to get a little weirder, and then by the 80s they're absolute dog trash.
It is weird to see like 80s cars with collector's plates on them.
I know.
Or
well,
like early 90s
too.
It's just so boring.
Like, I remember
like that doesn't deserve a collector's plate.
Isn't it like only 20 years or something like that?
Well, vintage is 20 years by the book. I don't know about cars.
I think it's the same probably.
I believe it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about like fashion, like vintage designers. Like, is there like a certain world that you're really obsessed with?
I love cottagecore so much. Specifically, I collect gunny sacks dresses. Jessica McClintock designed them in the 60s and 70s, and I love them because they pull from like Victorian styles, like the high necklines, the delicate lace, and it's just like the designs are so feminine and just flattering, and they're just so beautiful. They're works of art. Every single one I own, I'll just put it on and I'm like, holy crap, like this is made for a body. Like she knew what she was doing.
And were those all like personally made, or were they mass produced, or how were those?
They were mass produced. Was
it like just her doing them, or
No.
I don't know much about it.
She had people making them for her,
well,
but she designed them. Yep. Yeah. So she really got popular in the 70s, and they kind of have like the peasant-y style, but the way that they differ from a lot of the other brands that were doing that is it's just she designed them so great.
Yeah, they're very elegant.
And I don't know like how further to describe it, but it's just the way that they flowed on the body, the way that they hung, the fabrics were always like really good quality. That she knew what she was doing.
How did you kind of discover them?
The first gunny sacks I got was actually a super weird story. So I want to say it was like 2012 maybe. My friend Mari and I were going to the Goodwill bins, and this was kind of like, the bins are huge now. Like people will camp out there all day, and just it's really very competitive. It's just a big to do. And it wasn't always like that. There was always the diehards that were there all day. But my friend Mari and I would go whenever she was in town. And one day we went, and it was just like a really bad day. We didn't find anything. And as we were walking out the door, I saw a bin of like toys. It was like a miscellaneous like toy and hard good bin. But I saw this like really amazing calico print like poking out, and I was like, what is that? And I pulled it out, and it was this beautiful gunny sack sundress, and just like gingham and calico and the lace up bodice and the tags. Like if you've ever seen a gunny sacks tag, like the tag itself is really ornate and beautiful. And I remember sending a picture to my mom, and I was like, Mom, what is this? Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, that's what all the rich kids were wearing. I never had one. But I tried it on. It was a perfect fit. And then from that point on, I just was hooked. I would find them occasionally at garage sales and just slowly grew my collection. And then Poshmark became a thing, and I would find them on Poshmark pretty cheap. Yeah, and then during the pandemic, they kind of exploded.
Yeah, I think Lana Del Rey really blew them up.
Yeah, but she crops them.
I like it.
I know. We've gotten into a fight about this before.
I like altered vintage.
I don't. I'm looking directly at the camera. I don't like it.
I do.
Max always says, oh, you should tie-dye that. Anytime I sell him something, I'm like, you're not allowed to touch this. Like, you cannot tie-dye it. I will sell it to you. 2 rules. You can't tie-dye it, and you can't dry it.
Good thing I'm too lazy to tie-dye.
Yeah.
It's
true.
It's not easy enough.
Thank God.
It's true. Although I like the idea of revamping some vintage pieces to more modern feels. I think it's cool. But I also understand how it like kind of destroys the whole historical element, but that's not why I'm wearing it usually.
To be fair, and I'll play devil's advocate here, like if vintage is being worn, regardless if it's altered or not, like that's the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could have something sitting in your closet for 1,000,000 years and what good is it doing? Like if you'd wear it more cropped, then crop it. I didn't say that, but...
Cut it.
Cut it.
You just gotta cut it. Give it a quick tank top crop.
Rest in peace, all of Max's t-shirts.
That's so funny. It is the season to crop the top.
Ew.
Anyways, I'm really glad to have you here today.
Oh,
I know that you could have been on the first 2 episodes, but you were too tired. Shout out, Memo.
Because was that the day we walked to Goodwill?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, and also you and I are very different in that you have a social battery that's much bigger than mine.
Could be true.
I get peopled out.
Sometimes I do too.
Yeah.
Although you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Yeah, at that point what I had to do was lay in bed and read a book. No regrets.
No regrets. I know, but I'm glad you're here now.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
In the universe.
Yeah.
Plugged into the matrix.
Plugged in.
So you want to talk about making some music or?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we can stay on the shop. We could talk about music. We can talk about the universe, where ideas come from.
Thin air.
No, tell me about some music. Like, how did you get into making music? Tell me a little bit about your band for the people out there that don't know you.
How far do you want me to get? Like way into music, like how I started.
Take me for a journey.
Yeah. Well,
let me crack this Bud Light since you brought them.
Let me crack
this beer is sponsored, or this podcast is sponsored by Bud Light and Seven Sons Vintage.
Wait, I'm not sponsoring this.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Sponsored by Seven Sons Vintage.
I'll send you the invoice.
Shit.
Drinking on the podcast, being a naughty boy. Oh well.
Life is short.
Coming back in.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try not to be too long-winded about this, but
take your time. We have all the time in the world.
Okay. I'm gonna remind you this when you're editing it. 3 hours of talking. I started. I have always been a songwriter. they started out
They?
catchy, my songs.
Oh.
Catchy but dumb, you know, writing about things that like elementary school girls would sing about, like
Sure. Cute boys and shit.
Just looked at me. Yeah, and like best friends and all that kind of stuff. And then let's see. So 5th grade, I played violin. I played violin all through middle school and high school. I didn't really get attached to violin. I loved it. It taught me music theory, but it didn't like spark a fire in me. But junior year, I joined a band called Kyle and Savannah.
Kyle and Savannah.
I know, super, super unique. And we played mostly covers, but some originals. And then I think, so my college roommate, who's also my best friend, got a lot of 2 ukuleles on eBay. And we both played them, but I really fell in love with it and ended up kind of writing songs on ukulele.
That's cute. I should have had you bring it.
Yeah, I don't really play ukulele too much anymore, but we had a video on YouTube that kind of went viral. Her and I were singing this song called Bitter Heart by Ziavi. And this like UK ukulele publication picked it up and put it on their page. And then we were on this. Do you remember Boing Boing?
Mm-mm.
It was like a site that you would go to and it would just bring up random things from the internet. And a lot of people went to it. So they put our ukulele video on Boing Boing, which got some big traction. And then YouTube put one of my originals on their homepage. And that sucked. That was like the worst 24 hours of my life.
Really?
Yeah, there's just like people are really mean.
Don't read the comments.
No, I read the comments and I really took it to heart, and I had a hard time with it. And it wasn't even just like a you suck. It was like people were being like really big jerks about it.
Damn.
So I was very disheartened about that. But then I went to a music college, ended up meeting my first booking agent there. And so from that point on, I toured the country a lot as a young 20-year-old, my early 20s.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you go?
Oh, all over. Texas. We would tour down to Texas for South by, tour out to New York for CMJ. We toured to Denver a lot. I did the East Coast a lot.
It's pretty fun. I bet you have some fun stories.
Yeah, a lot of weird stories.
Tell me some weird things that happened to you. Silence.
I'm like, where do I even start? Like what? Okay, so we slept in the car a lot in my little Kia Spectra, and
How old were you around this time?
probably like 22.
Okay.
Limber,
Sure.
you know, I couldn't do that now.
That's the best when you're that young.
Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. And we kind of had a system down. My friend Mari and I toured a lot together, where we would Walmart sleep one night, and then the next day we would get a hotel so we could kind of utilize the whole day. Like we'd show up, shower, get ready for the next day, and then have a place to stay that night, and then just kind of alternate like that. And one night, oh gosh, it was in Ohio somewhere. And there was this really creepy guy, and he was like, he did the whole like, hey, I have a music studio in my basement. Like, you should come lay down a demo. And maybe it was true. I don't know. There's a lot of guys with studios in their basement, but something felt really weird about it. And then we like left, and he was like waiting in like a dark alley for us, and then kind of followed us to our car and
Just lurking.
So we drove like pretty much all through the night. Ended up in this Walmart parking lot, I think in like Tennessee. It was a long, long drive, and did our little Walmart sleep. And then I remember hearing mariachi music, like waking up to mariachi music, and this Walmart security guard, just like looking in our window.
We got 2 live ones.
I just remember like looking up and then he was like, "Oh, I was just making sure you weren't dead."
Sure.
Cool. I don't know. That was pretty weird.
Still, it's fun to like be on tour those years.
It is.
Those young years.
There was a lot like my first tour. My old booking agent David was he was really into like what is like Bigfoot and Mothman cryptids, right? Are they cryptids?
I don't know the subcategories. I know they're not real.
I think they're cryptid. Anyway, so he was really into the lore of like Mothman. So we went to like the first sighting of Mothman, like the point of sighting of Mothman, and then like the woods where Lyme disease was released, or
damn.
Yeah. And I was like, at this point I had like struggled with Lyme disease like pretty badly for a few years, and I'm like, why are you bringing me here?
It's pretty crazy that it came out of a town called Limes, and then
yes,
it's next to like where they were doing CIA testing.
It's weird. I'm not gonna.
I think it's proven now that it was definitely part of the CIA.
I haven't dug too much into it again, just because I'm a little bitter.
They were trying to drop ticks and shit on people.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, their own population. Coming back in.
Anyway.
That sounds magical. It must have been magical to spend those years like on the road, just getting out there, seeing other people perform, just getting exposed to new things. And
it was. And there was, there were a few times where we encountered people like pretty early on in their careers, and they went on to get pretty famous too. And it's just like looking back and being like, yeah, we got drunk on hot toddies together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the best.
It is.
I know a few people
really
like
cool.
that.
I believe it. Brushed elbows with fame.
And then I'm just like, fuck, I'm so poor.
Yeah, but you're happy.
Yeah.
Gross.
This is a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know. Do you want to tell the people who your favorite comedian is?
I love Martin Phillips.
Shout out Martin Phillips.
If you're watching this.
This is my best impression of Martin Phillips.
I don't think you're allowed to mock him.
I think you can.
I don't know.
That's how comedy works.
Or not. Not even mock.
That's an impression. I'm not mocking him.
No. I don't know.
Martin Phillips.
I have nothing to do with that.
I'm clipping that. Martin Phillips, you rock, dude. Keep going.
He's so wholesome.
If you guys don't know, that's spot fucking on.
No, stop. He has cerebral palsy, right? And I was late to the Martin Phillips party, but his jokes are so funny because they're lighthearted. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he stays pretty neutral for the most part, which I appreciate. And like then, following him on social media, he's just like big animal lover.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
So sweet. Who's your favorite comic?
My favorite
comedian.
Comedian? Ooh, I don't know. I like a lot of them.
William Montgomery.
I don't think he's my favorite, but I love him.
Wait, who's the guy in that we've been watching?
Tony
Ricky Bobby.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
No. The baseball guy.
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, who is that?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Fuck, what is his name?
I don't know.
Come on, guys. We know this. Eastbound and Down.
Is
Kenny.
it Tom?
Kenny.
Something?
Isn't it Kenny something?
Kenny Powers.
Yeah, Kenny Powers. That's
but
it.
who's the comedian? What's the comedian's name?
That plays him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Fuck, what is his name again? Now you're really putting me on the spot. I can't think of his name. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember.
I can't.
I'll throw it in here.
I don't think I ever
somewhere.
knew. You were just like, let's watch this show. And I'm like, oh.
He plays in a lot of things.
Yeah, he's funny. I like it. It's
Danny McBride. That's his name.
I believe you.
Danny McBride.
He reminds me of like his character in that show reminds me of Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Did you ever see him in This Is the End?
Nope.
Fuck, so funny. He's got Tatum like on a leash, and he's like, "I'll right here now." I'll slide right up in there.
Oh,
That's like my
sounds hilarious.
favorite characters of him. That movie's so good.
Never seen it.
We could beep that.
Yeah, you probably want to.
Yeah. I do.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else?
I thought you were going to interview me there for a second.
Yeah. I will. What's your favorite Turn song?
Magnolia Tree.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Turn? How did Turn start?
So Turn was a product of Adam and Barb. What had happened, somebody approached Adam and wanted him to do like a cover band for like breweries and just kind of like those background music gigs that pay pretty well. And so he put together a band to do primarily 60s and 70s covers, like close harmonies, just that really, specific and sweet genre. And originally his daughter was in it, his daughter Ava, who is also a super talented musician, singer-songwriter. And she kind of, after the first couple gigs, she just dipped out because she just had a lot of solo stuff going on.
Yeah.
And so then Adam and Barb reached out to me because Adam was a teacher of mine. And so we got together, played a few gigs, and then one show we were running out of material. And Barb looked at me and she goes, "Play one of your originals." And this was kind of when I was moving away from my solo music. And I was like, I don't know. Like they're pretty sad. I don't know if we want to drop a Savannah Smith song on this bubbly Astor crowd, but we did. And they loved it. And so when we, Adam had some studio time and invited us to come up and record. And we all kind of started writing for the shows. We started writing songs for the album. And the originals just worked.
I can hear you.
Are you good?
Yeah, I had to take my hood off. I was getting too hot.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's rude, but okay.
I had no choice.
Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. So it kind of fell into place, and now we're a primarily original band, but we still play a few covers that we really like.
Yeah, I love you. I love your guys' music. What's been touring like with them? Like, I know you guys went to Spain last year. Yeah,
we're going again in 2 weeks. We have a really great dynamic. It's traveling with people is hard. We do really well. We get along. We all have like similar energy levels, which is a funny thing to consider, but it's just worked really great. They're awesome. We have great conversations in the car. We, get to talk creative stuff on our long drives, and Spain is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And they were so good. Like, Spain was so good to us. Yeah. Should I expand on Spain?
Yeah, tell me about it.
So I don't know exactly the history of Adam and our friends, the Brass Buttons out there, but he had gone out solo to play with them. And I can't remember if they backed him on that tour. But anyway, so they have become good friends of Adam's and now ours too. I'm so excited to see them all again. But they took the time to learn our songs and played these shows with us, backed us up on them. And it was just such a trip Like, they're great musicians and they really took good care learning our songs. And to be able to just like walk on stage and have this amazing built-in band of friends, it's just
awesome.
Yeah, it's wild.
What's it like playing for people over there?
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're so receptive to our music, you know, and again, the Brass Buttons, they really took a lot of care in booking our shows and promoting them and making sure that we were playing to people, which is, as a musician, that's like all you can hope for is people showing up and to just, you know, walk into a foreign country and play for rooms full of people. It's just, I mean, it's mind blowing.
It's a dream.
I don't have the words for it. It's yeah. Language barrier is interesting. I was in Spanish classes for 6-8 years, and did not retain a damn thing.
I know.
I know how to say stork.
Stork, huh?
Yeah, because we were just like blown away by the stork nests in Spain.
Oh.
They're huge.
Are they?
Yeah, they're cool.
That sounds pretty sick. Storks are where babies come from, right?
Yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
thought.
Except, actually, have you seen, well, I think the algorithm just shows me these really cruel things sometimes, but storks are like really, they'll like cull their babies, like they're heartless.
Like throw them out of trees?
Yeah. Or eat them, or feed them to their siblings.
Yeah, they keep like one of them.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pick the weakest one. They're like, you're gone.
Just like chuck them off the nest.
Don't have energy for you.
I'm too soft for that world.
The stork world.
The stork world.
Mm-hmm.
Was your algorithm, did you experience the glitch, that like wild glitch where Meta was like showing these like super morbid videos of people dying?
Yeah. I see some of that.
But there was like do you remember hearing about that? It was like a 24 or 48 hour period where it was like really, really graphic stuff.
No. I mean, I've heard that it happened to some people, but...
It happened to me.
Did it?
Yeah.
What were you clicking on?
I wasn't clicking on shit. You know, I watch like true crime stuff because I like the psychological aspect of it, but I'm definitely not in it for the gore.
I feel that.
So that was...
I don't like that kind of stuff.
I know.
I like watching comedy.
I don't.
And creative things.
Just kidding,
and documentaries. Keeping it wholesome.
I don't like to keep it all the way wholesome.
So you got any fun plans for your store coming up here?
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about?
You know, sure. It's been kind of like this evolving thing where it was like I had these grandiose ideas and then you kind of realize that you can't do them all in time. So our 5-year anniversary is on June 6th. And so the second week of June, we're going to be doing a big old sale.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. I'm not going to say what yet, just in case it doesn't work out.
Sure.
But it's going to be a really big sale. It's going to be a sale that's worth noting.
Well, this will come out before then, so if you see this, go check it out, guys.
Go check it out. And then so in July, we're going to be little voice crack there. In July, we're going to be adding some new inventory, some different things, you know, just straying a little bit from clothing. We're still going to keep a lot of work. My store's huge. So we're going to make way for some different things.
Sure. Secret things. We're not going to say it.
We're not going to say it, but we're going to have a party on July 19th.
Let's go.
Where we're going to kind of unveil the new inventory. We're going to have some vendors. that are going to bring some also new inventory.
Nice.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
And you guys do a lot of other things too. It's not just your shop. Like you guys go out to festivals.
Yep.
You're at all kinds of like cool little unique spots. You want to talk about anything you might be doing this summer that people can catch you at?
Yeah, so the big one is Blue Ox. We're vending at Blue Ox, which is at the end of June. I'm sure it's probably sold out by now, but we'll bring the tent. We're going to be doing some on-demand leather, I think. I got to figure out the details of that.
That sounds fun.
Stamping on demand. So you can get your lover's name on a keychain or something.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about leather work. You've been doing some cool leather work too.
Yeah.
How long you been doing that?
Oh gosh.
She's yawning.
6 years, 7 years.
How did you first find leather?
Actually I do remember. So I wanted to, I'm really into rocks and stones, and I wanted to find a way to like make things with stones in them, like inlaid in them. And I didn't have enough money to do silversmithing. So I remember seeing some leather work where they had like leather bezels with the stone and like cuffs or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I'm going to teach myself how to do that.
Nice.
And I did. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. It came really easily to me.
And then you just kind of expanded out from there?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the people know, but she does these really amazing custom guitar straps.
They've been really, really popular. It's fun.
They're cool.
Yeah, I love them. I don't have enough time for it. Like in a perfect world, I would have more time to dedicate to doing them because I love it so much. But, eventually we'll get there. So it's kind of a very informal thing. I have rules where it's like, don't be a dick.
Totally.
No timelines.
Totally.
Like I'll give you a really good price, but you can't be an asshole about it.
I know.
I've lost friends over leather projects.
I feel you. Yeah. I had to remind someone the other day that I think it's like you can either get something quick. It's like quick, cheap,
or good.
And it's like, but you can only have two. What do you want?
I love that. It's so
true. If you
want
it cheap and you want it quick, it can't be good. If you want it good and you want it cheap, then it can't be quick.
It's so true. I think every artist probably relates with that on a very deep level.
I learned that on a podcast I did. Shout out Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, any other collaborations or anything else you want to talk about? You got anything fun rolling up?
Are you leading to the shoot we just did? Well, actually, we've been doing a thing. Well, we just did a thing. We're gonna hopefully be doing more of it, where we featured an artist, a musician in the shop.
Yeah, we just did Claire. That was fun.
Yeah. So Claire came in. I had styled her. Claire's like a hot country artist. So it was fun. It was fun to style her because she's got kind of like she's got a really good look for like the classic old Western stuff, but kind of with a modern edge. So we picked out 5 or 6 outfits for her, styled her, took pictures, did a short little interview, and we'll be releasing that probably this week. Well,
yeah, hopefully
it'll be a couple weeks ago when this comes out, probably.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
But yeah, it was awesome. We're hoping to do.
I'm gonna get this out quick. Real quick.
This real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hopefully we do more of that. That's cool.
Who's your favorite musician?
Oh my gosh.
Of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that.
Top 3.
Bruce Springsteen. Tom Petty. No, I don't know. Scott. I don't know. Can I do 5? I'll do 5. I'm going to do 5.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, Scott Hutchinson from Frightened Rabbit, Peter Gabriel, And the last one, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham together.
Damn.
Tied.
Why did Bruce get number one?
I don't know. Bruce is just who, I don't know. He's an easy number one. I wouldn't say he's like my solid number one, but he's just like.
You think it's between Bruce and Tom?
No. I think they are interchangeable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Moods.
I think probably the person who had the most influence on me as a musician was probably Scott Hutchinson. I just loved his songwriting. I like strived every time I wrote a song. I was like, I want it to be as good as his songs.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. They were kind of, Frightened Rabbit was like my first favorite band in high school, like new band. And I always loved classic rock, but they were kind of like the band that I latched on to. And then I just, ended up being a fan of theirs for years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet him?
I did. He was awesome.
Where'd you meet him at?
I met him 3 or 4 times, twice in Texas and then 2 times in
Damn, you guys are friends.
Minneapolis. Well, he was really awesome. The first time I met him was my first South by Southwest. And like they were the band that I wanted to see because they hadn't toured, to an area where I was old enough or like able to get there. So this was my first opportunity to see them. And I remember meeting him and I was like, hey, like I want a job in the music industry so bad. Like I was like, how do I get there? And he actually,
he's like, yes.
He's like, we need that fresh blood. But he ended up giving me his manager's email.
Really?
Just like direct email. He's like, reach out to her. She's got like ties with the label. I'm sure you could get an internship or something. So I ended up losing it. But so he passed away a few years back, and that's like one of those things where I still like scour notebooks from college, and I'm like, it's got to be in here somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I can't believe you lost it.
I can't believe I lost it either. Well, and then so my friend took a picture of us on his digital camera, and he also lost that camera at South by Southwest. So
some things are just for the memory.
Yep.
One time I met Keith Richards in the Bahamas, and I didn't get a picture with him, and I still regret that.
Oh, he's still around.
I know. I don't think I'll ever see him like as intimate as I did.
Was he nice?
Yeah, he was just having a drink at the fucking bar. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. We were on like a small island in the Bahamas.
Like, what do you say to Keith Richards?
Well, now that I've read his book, I would say a lot. I'd be like, mate, mate, get over here. Sorry, my British accent is so bad, but I would have to talk with him now. Now it would just be like undisputed. I need a photo. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Did you didn't get a picture with him?
No, because I didn't care about the Rolling Stones until I read his book.
What?
And it was like a few years later.
Would you?
People were just like, "That's the guy from the Rolling Stones," and I like looked at him and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is the guy from the Rolling Stones." And that was like, and then we went and played pool while he was like sitting at the bar next to us. And I didn't get a photo, and I was like, I'm just like, God damn it.
That's unfortunate.
I know there's not too many people that I really would want to be like, let me get a photo.
Yeah.
But he's one.
I always got photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in my 20s, I was so brave.
Yeah.
I don't even know if brave is the word. I just didn't care. I would walk up to anybody and have a conversation.
Yeah. Me too. I think just like kind of growing up in the fashion world and like that entertainment world that I was in, it was just kind of like a not cool thing to do. And so then I didn't.
Yeah, but who regrets not getting a picture? Not me.
Me.
See?
I know.
And I think like, I don't know, like sure, maybe it's annoying, but also like read the room, right? If somebody's annoyed, leave them alone. If somebody's willing to have a conversation, have a conversation.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get some pretty big names into the store sometimes, and when the person working is like privy to that, you have to kind of like talk them down a little bit.
Sure.
Like we had that TikTok, oh God, that viral song. Oh, I forget his name. That, and I'll never fall in love again until I found her.
The guy, I know who you're talking about.
So he came in.
The jumpsuit guy who like ripped off his jumpsuit.
No, that's Benson Boone.
Oh, I thought that's who you were talking
No, it's an alliteration too, though. Steven Sanchez.
Oh.
But he came in, and the girl working just like crumbled.
Really?
I was like, you gotta pull it together. I'm like, do you need to go take a breath? Take a breath. But like,
That's so funny.
just be nice. Just be nice. Just be chill.
Yeah, pretend like you've been here before.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, pull it together.
You can be excited. That's fine.
Everything is 20% more too for him.
It's really interesting to like see, you know, you get these people in and you see what they pick out, and it's kind of funny. I don't know. That's just for everybody though, famous or not, like seeing what people pick out. Jason Isbell also came in once before Blue Ox, and he was so nice and excited about vintage. Like we had a whole conversation. I think he was telling me about a vintage store in Tokyo. I think it was Tokyo, but
I bet they have good denim.
oh my God, they have great denim, but it's so expensive. You can find that same stuff at Seven Sons Vintage for a fraction of the price.
Well, let's go.
So anyway, people are cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. So, do you want to close out by singing a song or what?
No.
Just kidding.
Do you want to close out with a little song?
Mary had a little lamb.
Oh, I hate that song.
I don't know why that was the one that came to my mind, but it was.
Nice.
It totally was. If you could go anywhere right now, where would you go?
Spain. I'm so excited to go back to. No, I really want to go to Italy.
Italy, yeah, Italy is the vibe.
I want to go to. There's a famous mummy called was Rosalia Lombardo, and she was this little girl, and she died, and her dad was like an embalmer, and he preserved her so well. She just looks like she's sleeping.
Damn.
It's crazy. She's beautiful. Jack, you wanna come up here? Come here.
The boy is in the house today, guys.
But also the catacombs. I'd love to see the catacombs.
I would love that.
I want to just eat Italian food.
Who's your favorite painter?
My favorite painter. Oh, the guy that's in California. Mark.
Lewis?
No, Mark. Yeah, Lewis. Mark Maggiore.
I don't know.
He paints the like beautiful desert scenes.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. I know who you're talking
native
about.
folks.
Oh,
Yeah, he's amazing. We went to his show in Scottsdale, and
Such cool style.
oh my God, it like moved me to tears. Like visual art's a little bit lost on me sometimes, but that is just like so huge. Like it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's no words.
They're so good. I'll throw a couple
They're so
in here
beautiful.
so people know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Who's your favorite painter?
My favorite painter?
Yeah.
Alive or dead?
Both, either.
I really love Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorites.
Nice. Any particular piece?
But I really like art in general.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as I learn about them, then I really love them. Like, I also really love, like, not Michelangelo, but I mean, Michelangelo is cool too, but he's not as cool as Da Vinci.
Yeah, fuck Michelangelo.
He's like a copy of it. He wanted to be Da Vinci. He was too busy with all the little boys. He was.
Oh no.
But I get a lot of painter. I don't know. I like a bunch of them.
Yeah. Do you have any like friends whose art you really love?
Shout out Isaac Paleo.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. I mean, Lewis Carroll. There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's so fun to be so inspired by your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend Desiree makes really amazing jewelry.
Really?
Well, she makes amazing everything. She's kind of one of those people that are good at all mediums. And she has like these really amazing ideas too. She's a very inspiring person, and like just the way she carries out her stuff too is just incredible. She did this project, I think it was for Father's Day. She lost her dad a few years back, and she made this blackbird and these little cards that went with it. It was like a piggy bank, like a blackbird that was like a piggy bank, and the card, you would go in, and on a note card you would write a goodbye that you weren't able to say. So like if you lost somebody too soon, or you weren't able to like properly say goodbye to somebody, you could kind of redo your goodbye. Mm-hmm. Put them in the blackbird, and then she lit the whole thing on fire.
Yeah,
at the end of it. I know, it was so like one of those things where it's like, oh, it's just so profound and so deep.
Yeah.
And like so communal too, right? Because who doesn't have a goodbye that they like regret?
Sure.
You know, like whether
I hate goodbyes.
I hate goodbyes too.
I only do see you laters.
What's your favorite piece of art in here, in this room right now? Besides the ones you've done.
I think the flowers over there.
The
watercolor.
Watercolor? Oh, that's interesting.
Because it's really kind of profound that it's like a watercolor. Like if you study what they did to make that, it's like, what the fuck? Who did this?
Yeah.
In here, I don't know. Probably my favorite things in here are the books.
Those are art. You know what my favorite piece of art is?
What?
Jack.
He is a work of art.
He's a work of art. No, what is your biggest accomplishment photography wise? Or like what's the project you're proudest of?
I mean, I think I'm really proud that I got to work with Peter Lindbergh. Mm-hmm. And then I'm really proud of just being in it for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, photography has taken me to 13 countries. I filled 3 passports. Yeah. I met thousands of people at this point through it. Mm-hmm. Worked with celebrities, worked with people I never thought I would do. I mean, I'm really proud of my book, but I feel like I got 2 more to put out this next year, so...
Better do it.
Just gotta keep it going. How do you think Kill Tony has changed your world? I'm an avid Kill Tony watcher, and I have slowly converted Savannah into a Kill Tony fan.
It's interesting.
Would you call yourself a Kill Tony fan? Live on my podcast?
I don't know.
Oh, I shit. Tony, she doesn't deserve you.
Tony would be like, he would call me woke. He'd be like, she's been bitten by the virus. No, what I appreciate about Kill Tony is all the different, you know, like the people that may have not gotten a chance have like a major platform for their art, and you know, it's unifying in some ways. You know, I always appreciate it when somebody that you feel like might be alienated just by like the demographic of the show comes up, and they're just like welcomed onto it, and it's just like not a big deal. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's true a meritocracy. It's like, are you good or are you not good?
Right.
Because like, it's not like he's just gonna favor you because you have a disability or something, but I do think that people with disabilities struggle more, and there's more comedy in life that way if you're willing to make it into comedy, which is why you see people like the Martin Phillips or, you know, the countless other Michael Ayers, the Fionas, you know?
Or like, you know,
I can't do it.
You should just leave it to her. It's neat to see too, like, I follow Aaron Belisle, and he's such a big advocate for mental health.
This is my Aaron Belisle impression.
Stop doing. You need to stop. You need to cut that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
It's an impression of a person. He doesn't talk, so I thought that was funny. It's all right. No one knows what we're talking about.
No one knows.
We're an hour in right now.
Are you trying to get me off the podcast?
No. I'm trying to get you.
Watch you accidentally leave that in.
I won't.
Okay, good. Or do.
Maybe I will then. Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want.
Guys, if you're in this deep, don't forget, like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon.
Like 7 Sons Vintage.
Where can the people find you? It's so loud. He's such a happy boy.
He's so happy. 7sonsvintage.com. The number 7, sonsvintage.com. Turn, mpls.com.
Let's fucking go. I learned about whisper screaming on my last podcast.
Did you?
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
All I hear is phlegm.
I know, I'm not very good at singing.
Yeah.
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
And I'm so sorry.
Let's talk about Third Eye Blind for a minute. Because suddenly, okay, so I did a little poll on our Instagram. I got so much hell for liking Third Eye Blind for such a long time. And then I did a little poll because I was bored and I wanted engagement. And I was like, hey, would you be so mad at me if I played Third Eye Blind all day? In the store, on the on the shop's Instagram, and everybody was down for Third Eye Blind.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because they're amazing.
I think they are, but I've also heard that Stephen Jenkins is a butthead.
That's all right. They all are.
Don't meet your heroes.
Is there someone you haven't met that you wish you had met?
Yeah. Who is it? Bruce Springsteen I never got to meet, and I always thought I would.
And
actually, there's still
number
time.
one.
There's still time. He's not number one. He's just up there. No, I would love to meet Bruce Springsteen. I would have loved to meet Tom Petty.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Jeff Buckley. Like, I know he's been dead for a long time, but
This is your top 5 list.
Jeff Buckley was in the top 5, but he could easily be.
I thought he was.
No, it's okay. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I could care less if I met like a movie star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, celebrities don't matter. They don't really matter to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be maybe excited, but I want to meet musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Springsteen.
Like Bruce Springsteen. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
There's still time.
Bruce, if you're listening to this, reach out to me.
Reach out to me. Forget him. What about you?
For me?
Yeah.
I've met everybody I want to meet.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm just kidding. I haven't met Tony Hinchcliffe.
Would he be a jerk, though? I feel like he'd be a jerk.
I don't think he would. I think me and him would get along really well.
Huh.
I'd like to do JRE one day.
Yeah, I could see that.
Is that crazy to say?
No.
I just need to move to Austin and like weasel my way into comedy, which I know I could.
Okay, you moved to Austin.
I don't need to be a comic, but I could get in there.
Well, he's always giving away jobs, so you might get lucky.
I'll just go work for Red Band.
It's like personal grocery deliverer.
No, I'll work at the club.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I'm sure Red Band would like my artwork.
Yeah, I'm sure he would too.
I think my art he would fully accept. Mm-hmm. Don't you?
Yeah.
Red Band.
Is there like a straight male out there that doesn't like your art?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Coming back in.
Sorry, Dad.
It's kind of fun when it just cuts and then it's Liz laughing after that.
Just giggling. No, but it's edgy. Your art's edgy.
Not all. I do all kinds of art. Sometimes I shoot trees.
I always tell people when they're like, "So, tell me about your boyfriend." I'm like, "Yeah, he's unfortunately really good at shooting sexy women."
What do they say?
They say, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Do you go check out these hot pics?
No, I say maybe he'll be a wildlife photographer one day. Maybe.
I mean, technically, I am.
Oh, okay. No.
I'd be shooting that wildlife.
I mean, like birds. I mean, like flora and fauna.
Technically, they're chicks.
Oh my God. We'll be right back.
Bud Light. Drink Bud Light.
Yeah, you should get a Bud Light sponsor.
That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about revamping Bud Light with Shane Gillis?
I think
Did that make you like Shane Gillis more?
it did because he didn't care. Like, I think that whole thing was so freaking stupid.
I do too, but I think it's funny that Shane Gillis was the one to bring it back.
He just like didn't give a fuck. I remember like because I used to be an avid Bud heavy drinker, and then I had to switch to Bud Light. But when the whole thing was going down with Dylan Mulvaney, I was buying a case of Bud Light, and this fucking guy at Quick Trip turns around and he goes, "Are you serious? You're gonna drink Bud Light?"
And you're like, fuck yeah.
I was like, imagine fucking caring what somebody else is drinking. It was so stupid. It's just like, who cares? It's just, I don't know. The whole thing was silly to me. I saw like Bud Light giving somebody a platform and then everybody freaking out for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
It's a beer.
I
It's
never
a shitty
stopped
beer.
drinking it.
Sorry, Bud Light, for calling you shitty, but like it is. It's just a shitty beer.
I don't think it's shitty.
It's a rice beer. But anyway,
It's a light beer.
It's just a ruckus, and
It's good for me. I've learned that I can only really drink light beers if I don't want to be a fool, you know?
yeah.
Because I drink everything so fast. Even by doing the podcast, I've realized that like I can't go 10 minutes without taking a sip of something.
I just like I see your combination of iced coffee and Bud Light, and every time I look over, my gut just goes.
I needed that coffee. I was tired.
Can you cut that out?
No, we're keeping that in. I'm gonna make it a soundbite.
Put it on your. Ooh, that actually turned into a real one.
That's so funny.
Gross. I'm sorry. I'm just out here mucking up your podcast.
No, this is cool. My podcast is chill. We don't muck it up.
I'll muck it up.
No, you won't.
I'm mucker.
What did you just say?
Mother mucker.
You're gonna get me banned from YouTube talking like that.
What are the YouTube buzzwords? Mucker.
Savannah, tell me a joke.
Okay, I got a good one. Okay, what's the difference between someone in a tub, and someone in the front row of church?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. Can I start over? Okay. What's the difference between someone in a tub and someone in the front pew of church?
What?
One person has hope in their soul, and the other person has soap
In their hole? Is that it?
Okay, I got another one. So, I bought these shoes from a drug dealer the other day, and I don't know what they're laced with, but I've been tripping all day.
That's so funny. Guys, we gave Savannah some nitro, so she's tripping out right now.
No, I'm not. I'm just dehydrated and 2 Bud Lights in. No, more than that.
More than that. Well, Savannah, I love you. Thank
Love
you
you.
for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you had fun.
I did have fun. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun. Do you want to tell the people where they can find you for real?
Didn't I?
Do it again.
Okay. So the number 7 Sons, SUNS vintage.com, 7 Sons Vintage, or turn MPLS.com, or
Savannah Smith.
Savannah Smith on Instagram with 3 H's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm at 44. Come on.
I will
Come on,
make it
guys.
45.
Come on, guys.
Sorry, I haven't liked and subscribed yet.
It's all right. I love you.
Love you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm cutting it short because I'm tired.
Okay. We got to go to bed.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Love you.
Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath.